Ever send a nude to the wrong person? What happened? How did they respond? 1. Sent a dick pic to my family WhatsApp group instead of my girlfriend who requested it. I got a lot of laughs from my sisters, a well done from my father, and not a single word from my mother, who to this day denies it happened. It was a horrible experience. 2. Not a nude, but I accidentally sexted my boss thinking I was talking to my husband. He sent back, "I don't think this was meant for me." I sent him the biggest apology ever, and we never spoke about it ever. 3. I did the same thing with my platoon sergeant. Dick pic with the caption "Love you" that was supposed to go to my ex. He just replied, "I like you, but this isn't love. Kill me." Edit: for the folks bad at inferring context, she wasn't my ex at the time. 4. I was meaning to text my boyfriend the picture, but must have still been in the iMessage chat to my dad at the time, and sent it without checking. Seeing that the nude had been texted to my dad, I immediately called him. I was going to ask him to delete the pictures, and that they were inappropriate and were supposed to go to my boyfriend. The way he wouldn't see the images themselves, he would just know I had taken nudes. Somehow, by the grace of God, my sister answered his phone, as she was living at home at the time. I begged her for help, and she was able to delete the images off his phone. My dad never knew the incident ever occurred. I asked my sister how I could repay her, and she asked me to never ever bring it up again. I owe her one, eternally. 5. Sent to the wrong person? No. Posted to my Facebook feed? Yes. Few family members unfriended me, got a few DMs asking did I realize what I did, 2 DMs asking if I had more, not family, before you ask. I have one like this that haunts me. When Instagram first came out, like before I had ever even heard anyone talking about it, I thought it was a new photo editing app that let you put cool filters on your phone pictures and kept a little album for you, like any normal photo editing app would do. Keep in mind back then there wasn't really social media centered around pictures, so I had no concept of that. I took some nudes on there and put little filters on them and stuff and sent them to a boyfriend, then didn't think of it again. Months later I get a text from a very kind ex saying, "Did you know your cute little boobies are on Instagram and everyone can see them?" I was mortified lol. Apparently he could find my profile because it recommended it via contacts or something, which I also had no concept of at that time. Not many socials did that back then. So I have no idea how many people saw those pictures. Oops. To add insult to injury, I wasn't signed into the account anymore, so I was desperately trying to remember what email and password would get me in. 6. I was 26 at the time. Just shaved my junk. It was looking mighty presentable, so I decided the GF needed to see. I mistakenly sent it to my older brother. He replied with, "I don't think that was meant for me." I died a little inside. It was never spoken of again. 7. I did once some years back. Sent a snap to coworker. I had absolutely no idea until I got a snap from her telling me I looked nice and asked if she was supposed to return the favor. Told her it was completely up to her, but it was an accident. She sent me one back anyways. We left it at that, and we would bring it up every once in a while and just giggle about it. Haven't seen her since I left the job, but this question definitely brought this memory back lol. 8. So a friend of mine, female, accidentally sent one to her dad. He then responded with something like, "I know that I have a beautiful daughter, but you should not send me nudes." Quotation mark, new line. Very embarrassing for her, but a wholesome response from the father. 9. My bestie is a chick. She was dating a guy who had the same name as me. She came home blind drunk one night while her partner was intestate with work, and sent me the nude that was meant for him. We are pretty tight, and before I could reply with nice, she messaged me via text saying, "Fuck, sorry man, but if it's anyone seeing me without my gear on, I'm glad it's you." I was touched that she was so cool with it, so I wrote back, "Nice tits mate, we still laugh about it today." 10. A couple of years ago, my actual girlfriend was on vacation with her family and sent a picture of her naked to my sister, instead of me, by mistake. I remember I was at a friend's party and suddenly received a text from my sister saying she had finally gathered the courage to tell me she was sorry for secretly having sex with my GF for a while and that she had taken a picture for proof, attaching it to the message. I was slightly stoned but enough to believe to everything, for hours, until I realized the picture was a selfie taken in front of a mirror. 11. Happened with one of my exes. She got a new phone and was updating her contacts. She chose my dick pic as her temporary profile pic for when I called. I was at work while she was getting her gallbladder taken out. Started to worry because she should have been in post-op and almost discharged by then. So I kept calling and it would ring twice, then straight to voicemail. Redial. Ring once, straight to voicemail. Redial 2 more times. Straight to voicemail. Turns out her mom had her belongings and my angry boner kept saying hello, up close and personal, over and over. Family dinners were awkward for a while after that. 12. This was when email was still fairly new. I sent it to a guy friend. He saw immediately what had happened. I was dating a mutual friend with the same first name as him, and what I wrote with the picture made it clear. He quickly deleted it and then sent me a note telling me what had happened. Not that I ever mind naked pictures, but, wink emoji. So, everything was good, except it wasn't. It was horrible. Because he didn't send me that note, he sent it to a business acquaintance with the same first name as me. Ended up being much worse for him. I ended up calling her. 13. I accidentally posted a video of me masturbating and moaning to my Snapchat story at 3 a.m. instead of to just the one person I was sexting. For some reason one of my friends was awake at that time besides the person I was sexting, and they saw it. "You are disgusting," she told me, and then removed me from Snapchat. Luckily this was after we worked together, but I feel like most people would understand that it was not on purpose. I promptly removed it from my story after she messaged me. Unfortunately for the person I was sexting, I was too embarrassed to do any more sexting that night after that. 14. Sent one to my ex-boyfriend's gay roommate instead of him on accident. He just responded with "not my cup of tea, but go off queen," and proceeded to take me underwear shopping because he said I should get a matching bra and panty set. 15. Not quite a nude, but my mother, in her early 60s, took a selfie of herself in a French-maid outfit, which was an apron and nothing else except her waving around a feather duster. She meant to send it to Al, her husband, but accidentally sent it to all, including my husband, myself, our daughters, my in-laws, and every single person in her extensive contact list. My husband, who has played lawn bowls since he was 19, rang and said, "WTF has your mother done?" I had no idea, as I don't bother much with my phone. He said he was at afternoon tea when this photo of her in a fucking apron and feather duster arrived. I said, "I'm really sorry, I'll call her." He said, "Forget it. All the old blokes at the bowls club want her number." 16. I have a mole on my penis and I was supposed to send it to my girlfriend at the time, but I accidentally sent it to my best mate, who ended up opening it in front of his mom. He had to explain to her it was all an accident, but I don't think she was ever convinced. 17. The dads in my neighborhood have a WhatsApp group for talking about school events, camping trips, volunteering, community events, and drinking at the local bar. Imagine 40 middle-aged dudes who live within 10 blocks who are acquaintances having amiable small talk and sometimes requests for support for some effort or another. One dad sent a video to the entire group, which includes all of his neighbors, of himself talking dirty, taking his pants off and jerking it. He promptly left the group. 18. I had a student, university 20-year-old, email me very explicit nudes. She actually sent 3 in a row. Full front, rear, and one very intimate close-up of her. You know. These photos were meant for her boyfriend. I share the same first name as her BF and she messed up the email. Her nude email was immediately followed up by her complete embarrassment email. She did not handle it very well at all, emotionally. I called HR, my chair, and the dean. All 3 were female. I simply explained what happened. We all had a meeting with the student. I refused to show anybody the photos. I deleted them, permanently, and moved on. The student unfortunately had a hard time with it and we did a rare mid-semester transfer to another professor. I understood completely and assisted any way I could. I ended up having her in a graduate-level course a couple years later and was part of her doctorate committee. 19. I was the wrong number the nude was sent to. I told him he had the wrong number and then he said, "If you're a girl, do you mind sending a pic back?" I told him not to contact me ever again. After a quick Google of his number, I found him on Facebook. Married with kids. 20. I accidentally posted a tit pic in my Snap story instead of one person. And it was like 9 a.m. lol. I had recently added a tattoo artist who I was really impressed with, and I had an apt months out for a consult for my first tattoo. He replied, well, good morning to you too. And I thought I would die. I deleted it and had my friend check it was gone on her end. But then I ended up being pretty friendly with this artist I admired, cause we both ended up joking about it, and he still does my ink like 6-7 years later, and I don't even remember who I was trying to send it to in the first place, lol, so that worked out.